Hello, welcome to the podcast. Today's podcast is sponsored graciously by the Chinese Communist Party. I've been told to say Jian Doujiang Zhonggong Shifo. So, yeah.
That's also my Chinese order. On that Saturday. So it is. I get 2 of those. I get a black bean and rice.
And the one replace no sweat, love.
Yeah.
Do you deliver to Lauren? Yeah. On the podcast, we have Aaron Butler.
Very welcome, sir.
Welcome to the pod.
We're doing it. I mean, it's a testament to this podcast that I didn't know this existed until you messaged me 4 days ago.
Yeah,
But
we record every 4 weeks.
Yeah,
So there's no consistency.
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
goal is that the Butler episode will be the start of
This is the moment.
The Butler episode.
Yeah.
That's where it all goes downhill for every podcast.
People will speak about it in history.
Yeah.
I think the premise is there's a podcast made by 2 people who are ashamed to have a podcast.
Yeah.
I think deep down.
Well, here, you're nailing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My best friend only followed the page today and was like, I didn't know you had a podcast. And I was like, neither did I.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we're just waiting to get picked up by the big sponsorships.
Spotify and all.
Oh,
Pizza Works,
yeah,
want to be on
yeah.
that? Pizza Works.
I love Pizza Works.
I like
Pizza
how you're
Works.
just mentioning it.
They've been an ambition for a
Oisin,
while.
if you're out there, I think that's his name.
Belfast has some of the best pizza spots. Like,
Oh, it's unbelievable.
we are spoiled rotten. Lidley, the OG, got to give it up to them. Fucking flout. Oh Jesus!
Even
Don't
the
even
shit
get me
ones.
started.
Shit ones are pretty good.
Even if there's that argument. Even a bad slice of pizza is a good pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
even though you're still like, I could still fuck with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's our approach with podcasts as well. You know, like even bad podcast is better than
still fills time.
Yeah, it's better than silence. It's better than listening to your own thoughts.
Do you ever think what people are doing while they're listening to this? Like what they're getting?
A lot of
up
time
to?
I'm cooking when I'm listening to a podcast.
Okay.
I'm
Or doing,
picturing
like, chores.
You're making some long dishes if you're
Yeah.
doing full podcast and fucking Franco whipping it up, the culinary delights, fucking
Turkey
Franco's
dinosaurs.
kitchen nightmares. Yeah. Just potato faces, but you keep burning them because you're listening for a full hour.
Just looking into the oven for a full hour going,
You're like-
is that ready yet?
Yeah. I can't
Yeah.
take these out till I find out who the GAA catfish is.
Andrew Ryan whispering sweetly in your ear as you do a full Sunday dinner.
I don't think Andrew Ryan can whisper sweetly. It's only stern advice Andrew deals in, only.
I'd like to see Andrew do ASMR as well.
Oh, I don't think he
He'd
could.
be too mad.
I think, yeah. It would
Listen,
freak
I
himself
told
out.
you. I told you no. I told you to pack that.
Yeah.
I was really hungover the day on Boxing Day and I had to go into town to get my phone stopped working basically, and I bumped into Andrew Ryan, who then was like, imagine you had to get a flight, like he was imagine you had to get a flight today and your phone wasn't working, and he was unsure it's Boxing Day and all the shops are open. And I was like, oh sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, he's stressing you out with scenarios you aren't even involved in. But by the way, that's what he does to himself every single day. Every day he wakes up being like, what way could my life be completely stressed out and freaked out in the next hour or whatever? But we do love him.
Oh yes,
Yeah, we do.
But
He's a computer. Like
he's a special guy. Like,
I tried to change the subject. I was like, oh, you watching the Man United match? He was sure they lost yesterday, and I went, fair enough.
yeah, he's Debbie Downer, like, so he is. He's so good. Just, but, oh, bless his sweetheart.
this podcast did start off the back of him as well, because Ciaran and I were on one of the last episodes of Cork in the North on short notice.
That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah, they killed it.
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
you have the spin-off Cork in the North podcast here now.
I actually think we were on because I think you might have cancelled. Maybe I think we were
Maybe.
replacing somebody.
Yeah,
Anyway,
could have been.
but we replaced you, and now we're paying you back. You know.
Listen, I appreciate it. Glad to return the favour, fellas. Yeah, good to see you all.
Welcome. We're just talking about Stars in Your Eyes as well before sort of filming.
What an
the
event,
winner.
what a showcase, what a time, guys. I don't really want to talk about, me, I'm just very humble about the whole experience after going
I
through
think
it all.
I think you are quite humble though. Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
I feel like you're a guy who knows how to rap but doesn't force it on anyone.
Yeah, that might be what I do this year, because I always change like genre. Last year was musical theatre, this year it was more like indie rock, so this year might have to rap or do a country song. Or maybe, I don't know, I like to change the dynamic though. Like I don't like to just stick in like what I'm comfortable in or what it's good to like switch it up.
Are we confirming a third Stars in Your Eyes then?
Oh, I've heard it being talked about, but it's still too early in the year to know if it'll actually go ahead. They might change their mind. They might be like, actually, who gives a fuck? Let's not. Not who gives a fuck, but, because people do enjoy it. But yeah, like fucking, hope maybe there will be. Maybe there won't be.
As far as like last gigs before Christmas go, it was unbelievable crack. Like
That is like, yeah, it's hard. And it's like, I almost don't like talking about it because it's like, I go, but do people actually enjoy hearing about us talking about how great it is, or do the audience even enjoy it as much, or do we just enjoy it
Getting dressed
Right.
up.
because we're fucking all dressed up like idiots backstage, like just looking at each other being like, this is ridiculous that we're like performing in front of the Ulster Hall where actual legitimate musicians are performing, like the Rolling Stones and fucking whatever else, and then it's Franco in a blonde wig.
Yeah.
It's last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
With an afternoon of rehearsal, about like a whole hour perhaps under the belt there.
See, if I was in the busted act, we'd have had weeks of rehearsals. We'd have
the crowd.
We'd have absolutely. Let me tell you, no. Oh, but when I seen news go on the first half, I went, they've got it. I thought I was like, that is, you smashed it, like it was class. I was like, oh fuck, that is strong. That is a strong act.
It is. You see, when you were saying about like we arrived on with 4 hours earlier and then started practicing. But see, when it was just us practicing the empty Ulster Hall, that felt really grim.
Hold on.
Really
We
grim.
need to talk about that. So yeah, before we obviously do it on the night, we all have a rehearsal in front of every other comedian during the day, which is the most soul-destroying experience ever because everyone's watching you. There's no crowd, there's no audience, and everyone's obviously just being like, let's see what you've got type thing. I had the worst rehearsal I've ever had in my life doing that. The timing was off, the audio was off, my breath was off, it was all... I genuinely come off stage going, oh, this is going to be a rough night for me. So it is. And then panicked the rest of the evening until I got back on stage again. But it was shockingly bad. Like, it was
It's when
so
you
bad.
finish, you went, right, I'm going to take a shower.
Yeah, well, I literally had to because I had to go home and get a shower. So, but I blame Busted for that because you guys took 3 rehearsals
That's right, yeah.
in a row before, and I needed to go home and get a shower. So I'm like anxious, being like, all right, they'll do 1 rehearsal, I'll go home and get a shower. We're going to do another one. Okay, they'll do 2 rehearsals and I'll go home and get a shower. We're going to do another. I'm like, I need to get... And then Andrew goes, can I go on and do my rehearsal? And I'm like, mate, let me just do 3 minutes of this song and I have to go shower, please. So yeah, I was definitely on edge during that part of the day. And then I was on edge for the rest of the evening. Although, weirdly enough, Paddy McDonnell's pale face as Freddie Mercury was a calming sensation. It was like, oh, we're all right. We're all good here.
What was that about?
Paddy Whiteface as Freddie Mercury in the strangest way possible. I don't
Memoirs
know
of a geisha.
I
Going
don't know
on stage.
if he, well, geisha Mercury, but he was, it was almost like he was playing the dead version of him. I was like, fucking fair enough. It was funny.
Post-diagnosis version.
Yeah. Oh, it was definitely post. It was in the grave, Freddie.
Haggerty in full clothing, just doing shake it off, but Taylor Swift just stood there.
Best part about that is he didn't even shave the beard. It was just Alan's the same with Chapel Rowan, fucking, which I watched back, and I have to say, if you are on like Shane's Patreon and watch the Stars and Their Eye special, Alan is I didn't realize how terrifying that is until you watch it back, and then you see him and you're like, holy fuck, that is. Like, look, we love Alan. Let's just put that out there.
He was on this.
Alan will be the first one to tell you, not the most aesthetically looking of folk in the world. As Chapel Rowan? Fuck me. I was like, that is nightmare material right there.
Especially Pitbull was right there.
I know, I did tell him. I'm like, just do Pitbull, just do Pitbull.
Yeah. He sort of looks like if you were like looking through binoculars at sea and you saw the Jolly Roger and then you moved the binoculars down, he would be the thing that's on the deck of a pirate ship.
He's definitely a deep sea animal that no one has ever seen before. You know, like you have to have the Titanic sub to go down and see these creatures that can only survive below like 500,000 feet.
Big
you know,
bulb in his head.
Do you know those fish that like are like, you know the fish I'm talking about where it's malleable, like it can like condense and squish and go like that. He has one of those faces. But again, we love Alan Irwin. Let's just say that before we say anything else.
But he looks well these days. This is the best he's ever
looking
looked.
much better than he looked since he cut his hair. Remember, he went through the whole thing. He's like, I'm shaving my head here. And I'm like, I thought it had been shaved for like the last 10 years, Alan. But to him, it was a massive deal.
Yeah, shaving his hair, singular. Shaving the hair.
Bless him. Like, it's mad that I'm older than him. And I make that joke every time he brings me on as an MC. I'm like, what a rough upbringing.
But he's having a good year aesthetically. I think he definitely looks a lot better.
He's having a great year. He's having a baby. He's doing loads of spots. He's fucking back on the horse or gigging, and I think he's never been in a better spot.
He's headlining tonight. We're doing Ben Madigan's.
We are doing Ben Madigan's. It will have happened by now, I suppose, when this goes out. This goes out on Tuesday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who's MCing?
This man himself.
Yeah. It's shot yourself in the foot before it even starts. Not able to look the audience in the eyes.
Oh, that'll be the last one of them gigs.
The Simpsons. There was no KFL Comedy Club. There never was.
Fully shuttered.
I haven't done it since it got relaunched or whatever. But I remember when I was doing it back in the day, it was fucking.
You had that very hard.
Oh yeah, that's the
Video?
one where like people were heckling me, yeah, and fucking I just went back and forth with them. It all was like these old boys, and I think one of my heckle comebacks was like, "Mate, you don't even have a prostate or something like that. You're that old or whatever." Like it was like one of those things, and fucking yeah, it was weird. But yeah, it was. I remember being rough. Like I remember also doing all right in it, but yeah,
It used to be like a proper UDA bar, and then
Oh, yeah?
they took it over and made it like a proper sort of nice
UVF bar.
Yeah.
What's the difference in the UDA and the UVF? Is it the same thing?
One is a
think
bit
they're
more
like-
organised.
yeah.
I
Okay.
think the UVF seem to be a wee bit more like
They've got
not
their
to
shit
pick
together.
favourites. Yeah, they seem to have their they're able to organise stuff. They boycotted a comedy club in Newton Ards back in the day, and then the UDA feels like Dad's army of loyalists. Do you know what I mean? One of them is voluntary, and one of them is defence. So,
there
but
we
they're both
And then
armed.
there's the UFF, who are like the wee brother, like the runt of the litter.
Yeah, they're quite hip.
Yeah.
They're like the INLA of loyalists.
They've all got mullets and what's that? Well, all mullet loyalists generally do have.
Aye, they're the only loyalists with hair. Because I feel like that's a big thing as well, isn't it? There's a certain kind of baldness that only belongs to loyalism.
Yeah,
Like
Alan Irwin.
Yeah. When you
Alan's
picture,
that.
yes,
Rangers supporters club.
Alan's dad looks exactly as you'd imagine him to be as well. Or if you picture him, that's him.
Yeah,
He just looks like a guy from Lisburn, you know,
Yeah.
which is exactly what he is.
just Alan's twin.
But Ben Madigan, so that used to be a rougher game. Also, how bad must your life be if you don't even have a prostate? Not like have a problem with your prostate, like the prostate's gone.
Withered away. The,
Yeah.
the doctor has checked it that much where he's like, mate, there's no tread left on the tire. It's fucking, it's absolute, it's withered down. Like it's
Yeah,
fucking,
she puts on the glove, sticks a finger in, and the glove doesn't come back out with her.
Is it always? Is it allowed to be a female doctor, or does a male doctor have to check your prostate?
Oh, I thought you said daughter, like a culture.
Daughter.
Oh, doctor.
Daughter,
I
spread him.
think you can
Doctor.
choose. I think you can choose.
No, you can't choose because you get all sorts of perverts being like, I want a woman.
I want that wee ginger one.
Yeah. The girls line up like prostitutes. You're like,
Take your pick.
Can you use your whole fists to check this, please?
Yeah. But I like fucking no. I've used. No, I was gonna say, have you ever had your prostate checked? But
I've not
common in the
actually. I've not.
it is. What age you look?
I'm 34 as of this week.
I'm the oldest one here. Shit, that's fucking.
I look the oldest, but time
Yeah,
is-
you weirdly do. You've got like this weird vibe at the minute where you look like a child, but also
Dress,
you look
like-
like Benjamin Button, but in both phases. You know what I mean? Like he's both old and young at this point.
Yeah,
The-
there's a maturity to your face,
But
on
also a
one half-
baby- a
Yeah,
babyish.
I think it's like the top half is someone in their 30s, and then this is someone in their early
Wee
20s.
pudgy. Yeah.
Underneath the nose is where
The
it
eyes have
ends.
seen some shit.
yeah, and you do
Yeah.
have the wee cheeks on you, like.
Yeah,
They go very red as well. Like
all of this still sounds like prostate chat. When we
does
talk-
actually,
His eyes
yeah.
have seen some
Yeah,
shit,
anyone
some
who's
cheeks.
watching the audio or listening to the audio only, they're like, "Fuck, they're still looking on about." Good for you. You're looking well, mate.
Yeah,
Seriously,
The
you
important
must
thing
get
is you're looking better than Alan Irwin.
yeah.
If you ever get to that point, we need to have an intervention or a talk. of
should we
some
do a
kind.
whole just podcast just dunking on Alan?
Dunking on Alan, dunking on Andrew. We're calling everybody out right now.
Yeah.
Paddy's white face and stars in her eyes.
I got a haircut on Wednesday actually, and the
I can see that.
The barber
Yeah, you
interrupted
bet.
the haircut about 4 times to show me porn. He was like, "Ever seen this one here?" And I was like,
What kind of porn was it? Was it straight up or was it like any
Twitter.
sort of weird stuff?
Twitter porn.
Twitter, yeah,
Twitter's full of porn.
Musk
yeah,
stick.
but it's
I love
an account of someone, and he was just like, "Oh, what do you see this one here or not?"
like a girly, like a Bonnie
Yeah.
Blue type thing.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue type thing. And he
there
was
you
like,
go.
"What about that?" And then like he'd be halfway through cutting it again, going, "Hang on 2 seconds," and I forgot to show you this one here.
Fucking hell.
But there were like people who'd come in from school, obviously waiting on their cut, sitting at the back of the barber shop, and they're like,
He's going, check us out here.
And when you're watching it, what's your vibe? You like, that's class, man.
going,
Yeah. Is he looking for you for feedback?
Yeah.
To be like, what do you think of
"Just
her
kind of
there?
like, I don't care for sex."
Yeah.
All I want's a skin fade, mate.
Yeah.
Not this faded skin you're showing me.
Faded skin, that's like
Nice.
old porn.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
that's
So,
really
yeah.
old. That's
Yeah.
a ghost, you know.
How old can you be as a porn star? What's the like? I mean, there probably is no limit. You could probably.
I feel like when you're it's probably like Hollywood, isn't it? Where you hit a certain age and everyone assumes you're done. People go, that's it, you know, and you start getting stepmother roles rather than
Like,
stepdaughter.
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
If you stop, you'll drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's space for everyone. There's the gilf industry, you know. I assume there's enough. There's probably less roles there. There's probably a couple people dominating the scene there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're the Johnny Sins of being an old woman who gets banged.
Yeah.
There's a title of the episode there. we don't actually do episode titles, but I think.
But if we did,
I think the Johnny Sins of being an old woman who gets banged feels like it's up there.
sounds like a Cat in the Hat type novel.
Show 'em thing one and thing two.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Each tit. Anyway, so wait, how did we get on this? Is hairdresser showing you porn?
Yeah, but I still tipped him, like, obviously, because
He showed you a few tips. Anyway.
What was her name again?
Yeah, Starshine is cool.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be this
Johnny
old
Sins.
woman getting banged. Yeah.
I'm going to be a delivery driver.
There is. Fuck. Do you ever? I know you probably do. You fall down TikTok rabbit holes, and I sometimes get the ones where it's like couples who are going out with like older people or whatever, or people who have like a fetish for like either older men or younger men. So I was watching. There was one gay couple, and oh man. This was fucking... I need to find this clip. It was one of the best clips I've ever seen in my life. This American couple, obviously, two fellas. One fella's about 44, 45. The other guy's 98. And
Jesus.
But the 40, they're both sitting together. The 98-year-old is like dead, comatose, and the 45-year-old sitting beside him, going, "We do everything. We do blowjobs. I bang him. He bangs me. He can still get it up at 98." And the guy's literally just like drained white, being like, "Kill me, please.
Yeah.
Take me out of my misery right now." Like, but fuck it, oh mad shit. And then there's another guy. He's famous for it. There's a guy called Kyle the Gilf Hunter or something, and like he literally just has a fetish for old ladies, and like he loves 78 and above. That's like his age.
Does he do well for himself in
He
that?
fucking, it's an untapped
sure he
market.
cleans up,
He
yeah.
absolutely cleans up. But it shows him dating all these girls, and their fucking
have to clean
teeth
up.
are falling out, and their fucking white hair, and it's fucking.
They just gum it.
But he is, he's getting the gum jobs all over the place. Like, he's talking about like, yeah, I've had to like bury some fucking ex. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, man. But the gay guy was saying the same. He was like, yeah, the saddest part about this is watching them all die.
That is
Kyle like good looking, or does he just come across like a creep? Or
Here's the thing, he's not bad looking.
Yeah.
Like he's not like grotesque or hideous, but he's also not like stunning. He's not like, he's just average. You know what I mean? He's just your weirdo American creepy guy. But yeah, he's fucking fully in. Like, yeah, look him up, Kyle the MILF Hunter or something like that.
The MILF Hunter.
He's done podcasts and stuff, and he's very open about it, just being like, and he's 30, I think he's 29, 30.
Aye.
He's like,
He's
yeah,
a young
just
buck.
I love the way the skin feels and all.
Do you think like if you're really good at it, you just accidentally end up on the will? Like you give them a good going, and they're like, "Here,
it's the least they could do for you."
This
like,
guy's getting the house."
Yeah. He probably fucking murdered someone with his cock, like, just fucking giving them too much of a sesh. Like,
Is he endowed? Would you say?
I don't know. I'm not.
I suppose, yeah, you didn't watch.
It doesn't show you. I don't think he does.
It doesn't show
porn.
you? It's
No,
quite respectful.
it just yeah, it is.
It's
very
his life.
respectful. But I think there's a documentary on YouTube about him, like one of those Vice documentaries, where it's just like he just shows you him getting on dates, and they tried to get him on a date with a younger girl who's like his age, and he's like, he's all like, this is fucking stinking. He's like, but he starts dating the girl, going, so have you got like a granny or anything like that? And she's like, no.
Where's the dates? What, the day centre or like fucking?
No, yeah, he takes them out like just for wee strolls and all, like fucking, like yeah, he's cute with it.
Yeah, goes
but
to the younger girl. He's like, "Could you frown a bit? Could you wrinkle your face up a wee bit for me?"
uses
Pull
one of those
his skin.
image apps in front of her just to like hold still.
Can you put some rollers in your hair?
Yeah.
A
Tell me about the
hairspray.
But yeah, it is like, here's the thing: if you're into it,
Aye.
I'm sure there's plenty out there for you to. It's fucking easy.
It's a growing market.
It's a growing and then shrinking market. Yeah, hanging around the old retirement homes, just like Meals on Wheels.
Do you remember 1,000 Ways to Die, the TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, vaguely.
There was a guy who had a woman around, which was quite big, and she crushed him to death during sex. And they brought on a certified chubby chaser guy to talk about.
Yeah.
As a talking head.
Yeah.
People have a fetish for everything, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah,
people
they
who
do.
have fetish for... And look, on the opposite end of it, and this is terrible to say, there's probably guys that have a fetish for, like, anorexia and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... I don't know. Like, do women have fetishes? What fetishes would they have?
Ooh, well,
Just
apparently...
men who commit?
Yeah.
Just, like, fucking-
Emotionally available, man.
Yeah. Number one Pornhub search result is still there in morning.
Yeah. I have a fetish for being treated nicely.
For direct conversations.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Pornhub search results for women are like, I think it's something like, I think there's vampire.
Wow.
And then I think there was something else that you'd expect. I can't remember what it is.
Oh.
And the third one's pirate.
Yeah, that's a weird one. There's one what's it called? Like consensual, non-consensual, where it's like you role play non-consent, even though there's consent.
Yes, yes.
So there's that as well.
I have done that actually, but I was in. Every day I looked down at it. Every day I looked down at it and I go, fucking hell. No, I was in. We were doing this thing, but I was in crutches at the time, so it was hard to sell it. It was hard to sell it to be like, I'm gonna fucking, if there's a ramp here, but I'm at it.
Yeah, that's class.
Yeah, she had to pretend to be quite helpless to, like, because you would escape pretty easily from me at the time.
You should just reverse the roles because you can.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I don't think she was into that.
What were you in crutches for? Did you hurt something?
I have weirdly shaped feet, so every
this is the fucking content I want in the podcast. I have weirdly shaped feet.
That's the second.
I'd love you to take your shoe off. There's just a triangle. I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
I got the old rhomboid disease. And that's the second Pornhub search result for all women. There's no arch. No arch at all, man.
Oh, that's very flat.
Flat as a pancake.
Fuck. So, and what way does that impact? You're walking, you're dancing, you're like sort of like that's the first thing I would think. Yeah,
stars in your eyes freeze.
Your balance. Yeah, I'm scouting boys for a boy band. I want to make sure you're in the thing.
I'm not joining the war, but I think it impacts a bunch of stuff. But
do you get DLA for it?
No, not bad enough for that. I have to wear these very thick shoes and insoles in them, and then if I go jogging a couple times a week, then I can't walk for a while.
That's why your shoes are so thick.
Yeah, no, it's not a high thing though. That doesn't hurt.
I did always look at you on stage and go, he wears quite thick shoes.
Yeah, I got to. There's this podiatrist in Finicky who's very passionate about feet, and but not even in a pervert. Like, it's almost so he's so into it that it's almost not sexual. You know what I mean?
It's just
noble. It's noble. Did you say? Yeah, it's in his heart, but he has like he's big into shoes as well, and he tells you what kind of shoes to do, and he takes your shoes and he like bends them in front of you, and he goes, look at that's shit, and he'll fucking slam it off the table. He's got a big cupboard full of shit shoes. He's like, look at these Skechers, they're shite, and then there's about 2 brands that he ever recommends, and this is one of them, are Brooks. I think they are.
I use Brooks for when I did the marathon, and they were.
Oh, they're good, aren't they?
And I still use them for like when I play pickleball, guys. Big
pickleball man,
guys. How are we feeling about pickleball these days?
Is this place? It's in Eddie Irvine's and it's in Moira.
Loads of places. All leisure centres.
It's growing now.
All Falls Road Leisure Centre does it, lads. We could go after this, and I'll fucking school everybody.
I still need to go to what do you call it? Anne's.
Yes, that's your doyen.
There's multiple conversations happening here. You want to go to Anne's?
Is that the place? The back wax?
The fuck you talk? Oh, I remember telling Ciaran about getting my back waxed in Botanic by a lovely old lady called Anne. But this was her like retirement wax. It's like she doesn't do it anymore.
My back is genuinely getting worse. Like it's like the Wolfman.
I don't have I have a bit of a hairy back, but yours is definitely way more.
Yeah,
I can just tell looking
boy.
at you. Like you're wearing 2 jumpers right now, essentially.
Yeah, it's
it's
basically having no jumpers on my chest.
Yeah. You just drew a Tipex line on your collar there, and that's it.
Someone on holiday with mates over summer, like I was sort of fast asleep on the balcony, and they were taking turns shaving logos into my chest. So like there was a McDonald's logo and then a Nike tick.
Wow. Is that the far they got?
Yeah.
Okay. I love how you went a bunch of logos and they just named 2.
After that it gets quite hard. You're like,
not many people can get more than 2 on a hairy back, in fairness. This is a retirement wax, so it was like one more and I'm out of the game forever.
She literally...
She gets shot during it.
She literally was like, this is me now, I'm gonna just work from home. And she was like, to be fair, it wasn't because my back put her off, it's because she was like 60 or whatever and she'd been doing it for years.
It was killing her, just ripping it off.
Yeah. To be fair, she's a fucking strong lady, like she fucking fairly ripped it off. But no, I'm thinking of getting a laser hair removal on the back, so that's where it doesn't grow back. So you pay for like 3 sessions or something, and like fucking like girls get it and they're doot and all. And they get the laser hair, so I have the wee bald doot and all.
Doot is so stinking.
It's genuinely vile, is it?
It's almost as bad as I hear this word muckle.
Muckle! I've never heard muckle in years. That was a great one. Because we lick your muckle.
Yeah.
Muckle's such a good one. I never even come from.
That sounds like Harry Potter.
Taxi driver asked me what it meant on the way back from Limerick. It was like we doot lick, you know.
Taxi driver asked you, how did it come up in conversation when you're like, near got some muckle tonight?
I'd heard it for the first time and then went to priest, and I must have tried to put it in conversation about 10 times. What about that muckle? People were like,
You were overdoing it. You're like, all right, kid.
who's this guy in the corner? Like, it's just
I
saying
swear,
muckle.
I've never heard that before. It sounds like something you'd collect on a beach.
It's
doesn't
very
it? Like a-
Belfasty.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
a very like I'd say smicked out term like for doot.
Technically, some people probably can collect it on the beach. Muckle on the beach. Favorite cocktail.
There was Blurt for a while. Blurt had
is
a real
good
era,
one.
didn't it?
Blurt still has its moments, I think.
That's true, yeah. Blurt never truly went the way. It's like the IRA.
Gone away.
Yeah, Blurt.
But yeah, Stars and Rise was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, speaking of Blurt, wait, you hosted...
Speaking of Blurt, let's
yeah.
talk about Miss Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. They're watching me host this now going, probably give it
This
a miss
scumbag
this year.
here. Yeah.
Your host, Aaron Butler.
Speaking of muckle, what about Miss Lisburn?
Yeah.
Well, what's the muckle like on you?
She's a...
Get up for all the lovely muckles on stage tonight. They all have lovely
Of course,
muckles.
they have.
Miss Muckle.
Miss Muckle. Give it up
Sounds
for
like
Miss
someone-
Blurt 2025.
These all sound like IT
What do you
teachers
win?
in school as well.
Laser hair removal.
Fucking hell. Muckle rejuvenation. Get the wee lips chapped off it.
Here, vajazzling really fell out of fashion, didn't it? That used to be such a big thing in the 2000s.
I've never seen one in person.
No,
I
same.
think it was maybe more of an American culture thing or maybe like a made in Chelsea thing.
Yeah,
People
it
are
was-
getting their
yeah.
teeth bedazzled now.
I don't, what, like just wee diamonds on them?
Yeah, I don't know what I think.
Well,
about it.
that's not vajazzle, that's just teeth diamonds.
Yeah, that's- yeah.
A vajazzle dent is taking it from there and going,
Tastes like fish.
It's where you go down on someone and come back 10 times richer.
oh yeah. I'm up looking like Flava Flav.
There's gold down there.
Where'd you get this big watch?
Oh, fuck. But yeah, Miss Northern Ireland, that'll be good.
Well, I know you probably got this job because you're very respectful, and we're ruining
Oh,
this.
absolutely. I'll never get it again like, after this year. Like, did you hear the scandal Aaron Butler was saying next to two fucking agents?
We don't promote this podcast.
Yeah, like
Yes,
no one
thankfully,
sees this.
we're
No
the
one
only
sees
three
this.
that know this exists.
Yeah.
Even the producers are like, where's this go?
Yeah.
It just goes out into the ecosphere.
I think they were just like Cork and the North Star. We need something.
Yeah.
We need something.
We need to fill
We
the
sent it
void.
to Andrew going, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fun contest. I always think it would make a great BBC NI documentary, but I would love to pitch it to be like, you should follow this for like, because I think it takes place over like 6 weeks or something, like the boot camps and stuff, and like all the wee like things that they do, and then it culminates in the big winner getting crowned. Like,
Is there drama? Is there gossip?
do you know what? If there is, they hide it very well, because even if there is, that'll go against you in the contest. So I think they're all very good at being like, listen, even if there's some shit happening here, we all just keep it.
Yeah.
But until like it's finished, and then we can hash it out.
Yeah.
But I
Gloves are
don't
off.
even think there is. I think the one thing I'd say, the credit to it, is that it is all that very like women supporting women, like
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
like fucking like it like, to be honest, like they're all like just fucking very supportive of each other, and it's class. It's,
Oh, that
it's
is
great.
nice.
Yeah, look, it is wholesome, and they've took the bikini round out of it.
How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Friend of mine, or not friend, but a guy I know done Mr. Northern Ireland, like, done him, like, he was in it.
Class. You just revealing someone's gay on podcast. Like, Mr. Northern Ireland's gay. Can Franco pass it on?
Like, the same guy had a video up on his fucking Facebook of him shitting on a vent, like, in the middle of town, and like,
So was this
That's how he got
guy
in?
Mr. Northern Ireland?
he didn't get it, but he was,
But
he
he
was in.
competed.
Yeah, he competed,
Yeah.
but then he, like, if you go on his Facebook, he had a video
he
of him
got it.
putting, complaining that his ma never makes the dinner on time, and he was so in a rush here, and he just put 2 proper hard shell eggs in a fucking bap, and then crushed it and added shell and all. He used to put up mad videos, and then I checked, and he's Mr. Northern Ireland.
No, he was competing.
Yeah, competing, yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
right,
Yeah.
I thought this egg story was gonna lead into the shitting on event, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was really here for that.
I used to just love a mad Facebook video, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's mad Facebook videos, and then there's eating a raw egg between a sandwich and then shitting in your ma's vent. That's
Oh, is his Ma's vent? I
Oh
thought
no,
it
it
was
was just out in the town.
I was like,
Oh, that's okay.
right.
Yeah,
I was thinking like Marilyn
By
Monroe.
Johnson's.
Do you know with the big blowing up the dress thing?
That's
With taking a
respectable.
shit.
Do you remember people would put up photos of it, found this in my fucking KFC KFC, you know, and it would
Yes,
be
yeah.
something. And he put up going, went to McDonald's in Glengormley, look what I found, and he put a full Air Max in his burger. And he goes, you never know what you're going to get these days.
That's good. That's yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is Mr. NI more like a bodybuilding thing then, or
It's
is
not even. It's more like there isn't as much of a market for Mr. World and Mr. Northern Ireland and Mr. UK or whatever it is. So it isn't really that competitive. I think they just sort of, they don't do a big event around it like Miss Northern Ireland. They just sort of tag it on being like, oh, and also he's here type thing. It really is like but yeah, they still go on to compete in Mr. World and stuff, but again, it's not as popular.
Mr. Northern Ireland, not just like Johnny Adair.
He's every year he wins it.
Mr. Talk Mona.
How do I go
That was
about
one of my
entering it?
jokes in Miss Northern Ireland. I was like, because I'm the host, I'm like, I might just go rogue here and give it to Michelle O'Neill. I'm like, she's Miss United Ireland, you know what I mean? But yeah, that went down well.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's not that much competition in Mr. Northern Ireland? I
No.
think there's a chance for two or three Joe Schmoes.
Oh, the thing
Harry
is,
back
what age are you again?
competition.
Me, 26.
You can still compete. You're still in the age range.
What if I... this
Enter.
year-
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't gonna be like, you know, The Simpsons where Mo walks on the stage and they all just put him on. Like that. Get this guy. Or, oh, brother, this guy stinks.
We are unfortunately out of the
We've
age
been
range
aged
to
out.
compete. We're retired out of Mr. Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
When
big
is
for the
it
game.
cut off? When's the cut off?
I don't know. I think you could just email them now and be like, here, put me in the next one.
Yeah.
Two
Mr.
hands.
Autistic.
Yeah, you would be Mr. Asperger's. Like,
Yeah.
Mr. Undiagnosed.
Yeah. What's your special talent? They throw a load of matchsticks in front of you. They're like, count that.
How does it feel? Not looking in the eye. It's classic. You know?
What are the rounds like then in Mr. Northern Ireland? What do they test you
I
on?
don't even know if they're rounds. I think they just literally look at all the headshots and go, who's the fucking nicest looking here?
Yeah.
Who's the most likely to shit on a vent in
Yeah,
town?
yeah. Who? I think that's the way they do it because again, they don't do like a contest of any kind. It's literally just eeny, meeny, miny. Yeah, that guy.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But Miss Northern Ireland's a bit more like, there's heats and there's rounds and then the finals, there's semi-finals, there's all this fucking carry on.
Okay, yeah.
It's a well structured contest. And it's really, really good. It's coming up. When's it? 2nd of June is the next one, so I'm hosting that this year.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask.
Yeah, I'm back again. I did all right last year.
Yeah?
But, yeah.
Should we try and get you to say some sort of slur? Try and get you kicked out? this
Sure,
year?
yeah. What are some of your favourites? Look, go ahead. You start first.
You can start it off. I'm fond of...
It's a fun gig. It's something different. Like it's different to stand up and stuff as well. It's more presenter-y and it's more. But I still go out the top and maybe try do like 5 minutes and like do a bit of like meta humor about the event, like you know.
Anything in this? Like just chatting your material.
Yeah. Is this a thing? Looking at a picture of a woman.
But
Nice.
yeah.
What are the rounds like in the Miss NI thing? What do they test them on? It's like,
They have a talent contest before Miss NI, so they all and that can be real fun.
Yeah.
Because they all have you can either, like you get the normal. I don't want to say normal, but you get like the usual ones where it's like people who dance, people who sing, people who play guitar, whatever, and then you get some real left field ones, which is where I like fucking. I'm like, this is what I like to see. So some like do balloon animals.
Nice.
One girl was like her talent was she was a beekeeper, and so
I love that shit.
She just wore a beekeeping costume, but she brought like a hive of bees into the fucking Europa, and I was sitting front row going, I fucking see if she opens these and everyone gets stung. I'm freaking out. Like I'm going, you can't bring live bees into a fucking talent show. She then opens the hive, but it was last year's hive and they're all dead. So now
Jesus Christ.
So now it's
God, love
weirder
it.
because there's just a corpse of dead bees on stage while fucking someone's coming on to sing "Shallow" from fucking that fucking Bradley Cooper movie.
Paddy coming on in whiteface in between acts.
But yeah,
Another one bites the dust. Sorry.
But so you see some fun. That's good crack that night. I enjoy that. And then like whoever wins Miss Talent goes through to like the semi-final and stuff like that. So and there's all different ways. There's like if you like have like a charitable cause and you do like loads for charity, you go through for like being the most charitable person. There's all these different, and there's Miss Personality who goes through on having like the biggest personality of the weekend and so it's all loads of these things. I'm probably butchering all that by the way, but it's roughly something along those lines.
That sounds really good.
What would your talents be?
Oh, what fucking?
You got it all.
I can do piano, a little bit piano, sing.
Triple threat.
Quadruple maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know what the fourth is, but yeah, the
piano probably.
comedy maybe, the stand up, presenting, acting. Like fucking, I love doing loads. It's probably too much. I should probably pick something and just be more narrow focused. You know what I mean? But
No, it's good to have a nice wide berth of.
yeah. Do you have any hidden talents? I feel like you don't.
Put a full chicken wing in my mouth and pull out just the bone, and then I'll go, "Whoa, this guy's got it."
That's pretty good.
It's pretty great. Yeah,
That's not bad.
Yeah. And then you're like, I don't know why I've got IBS.
Yeah.
I forgot you were fucking mad for the IBS.
Oh, I've literally knocked like a lot of drinking in the head and a lot of sort of fast food in the head, and I'm sort of like, maybe I didn't have IBS. Maybe my diet was just awful.
That could also be part of it. Yeah. You also encourage your IBS in a weird way, because I think I remember one, maybe it's the Comedian's Christmas do, you were talking about going for an Indian and going for like these potatoes and stuff like that, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna...
Yeah, Christmas Day in particular was really, I know we're told less toilet humour on this podcast and the feedback, but
well, at least we got this far.
Yeah, Christmas Day was like, brutal. But it's one thing, like, now I'm getting older, I'm noticing like how important diet comes into it, like, and stuff, and like...
Do you not take loads of Imodium and stuff?
I'm worried that that's going to be doing damage in the long run, like if I'm popping Imodium every single day and stuff.
Well, maybe not every day, but maybe just until you're regulated.
The main time I done it was when I done Lavery's, and in the middle of on stage I went, like out there, and it was obviously a drop of sweat, but I went, oh no, I think of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was meant to do 15 in 7 minutes, and I went, that's me. I walked off stage, and then so the day after I took like 2, and I was like, there's no chance.
2's a lot, like.
And then it was on stage, stiff as a board.
I was going to say, yeah.
And your stomach was even worse.
Yeah. But
That's rough. That's rough.
Fucking, I'm pretty good. I think my body's very good at like just processing and digesting things. I haven't got any sort of weird flare-ups or any like things like that, like Crohn's or anything like that. I'm good.
You used to mix some of the, not to change the subject too openly, but like you used to mix some of the dancing and stuff in with the stand-up as well, didn't you?
I'm doing a bit at the minute that is quite dance heavy, and I like doing that. Like there's a routine at the minute. I talk about my mum sending me to dance classes when I was younger, and then having to like dance in her living room for like her mates and stuff. So I like incorporate all of that. You know what I mean? And it's fucking. I'm enjoying doing that at the minute. But yeah, I think like when it comes to stand-up, anything you can use to your advantage that maybe someone else doesn't have in their toolbox, or that's a little bit different and can change up the set a wee bit. I think it's always good as long as you can make it work. Now, on the opposite end of that, some people do things where you go, that's too far into the abyss. Like you need to pull that back a little bit. You know what I mean? But aye.
Me and you were in the same musical theatre group, obviously different years apart. Yeah, Fort William. And then
we were like, I don't want to slander them in any way. Lovely people. For fuck's sake, Fort William. To be fair, the
ghost of the coordinator who came in there.
To be fair, I was asking that to happen, having that dangling there for so long. To be fair, but anyway, for audio listeners, I just dropped my tin of water. Hard times for everybody. But anywho,
rough.
That is what it is. But it's quite an older group of people.
Yeah.
Like, and so they're very limited on what musicals they can do. Like, they ain't doing Grease. Now, I tell you this, they're doing a production of Footloose next month. I'll be there. Because I want to see what way this pans out.
Everybody Footloose.
Yeah. I think somewhere alive when Footloose was fucking written, like, you know what I mean?
When I was 8, we were doing Oliver Twist, and I was Mr. Bumble, and literally got my finger caught in a fire door and sliced off and had to be sewn on. But Oliver was out on the stage going, more. Mr. Bumble was nowhere to be seen because he was being put in an ambulance going,
Oh, so how did that end, or what way did it work out?
They had to get another guy out to do Mr. Bumble, like.
What, instantly?
Like, basically, it stopped, and then one of the youth coordinators came out and started doing Mr. Bumble, which was insane. This guy just came out and started going, like, saying the lines, but just wearing a big long coat, like, not the because the Mr. Bumble costume had blood all over it. Like.
At least you didn't lose your finger.
Yeah, it got sewn back on, and then, but absolutely.
So hold on, was it hanging off?
Yeah, literally hanging.
Wow.
Like, and then I was only like 8, so it was like proper traumatic.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
And then I'd watched the film the whole ham was basically crushed in the door, and I watched the film White Chicks the week before, And we got to the hospital, and the doctors were saying to my mum and dad, we're going to be able to, everything's going to be fine. He's just going to require a lot of plastic surgery. And obviously I'd seen White Chicks. I burst into tears crying, going, they're going to fucking do that to me.
Well, I that similar experience happened to me where my granny was saying if you don't eat your vegetables, you'll turn black, or white. Michael Jackson. Or like she was like, you're white, so you'll turn black. But like the way that he was black and turned white, that was the way she would describe it to me.
Oh, there's a culture, and I was showing him the weekend, not just the culture I made, but I was showing him the weekend, and he was like, he's like a black Michael Jackson, you know?
Oh, so many things wrong with that sentence.
Yeah.
The weekend is black.
Yeah.
So, he's like, yeah.
I was just
Anyway.
like, yeah, no worries. Or he said once, he was like about a physio, and is that where he pretends to read people's minds?
A what if it?
A physio? And I was like, no, you fucking header.
You gotta love you have to have wee people like that in your life though, don't
Oh,
you?
God, I love cultures. Like,
No, just wee, not even culties, but just wee people who are just a wee bit dopey.
Yeah.
Sheltered.
Talk a wee bit of shite
Just
at you.
harmless,
Yeah.
but just fucking funny, like, you know.
See, at was it Fort William? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they push you pretty hard? Like, I feel like them kids drama groups can be really, like, I was in one and it was like run by this. She was wonderful, but she's a chain smoking older woman, and this is not where the story is. It's not going where you think it's going. But no, she would like smoke and blow smoke in your face and tell you you're shit, basically, and you're like 5 years old and you're like, I'm just trying to do a box step room, and she's like, this is terrible stuff.
No, I think Fort William are more forgiving. They're more like nice about it. But there is obviously like the worst are the parents. Like I know people who work in some of those drama schools and stuff like that. And they would tell you the emails, here's where it gets bad. Like, say the kids are all doing a big show. Say they're doing Shrek Junior or something like that, right? Because it's always Junior. It's always like Little Mermaid Junior or something like that. Because it's the fucking kids. They're like 8 years old or whatever. And they do the wee auditions for the kids and then they pick the parts. See, the kids don't get the parts, the parents right away.
That always happened.
Why didn't my child get Ariel, the Little Mermaid? I think my child did a lot of the hard work, and my child's been going for the last 4 years, and I've been paying £5 a day for my child to be taking lessons, blah, blah, blah. And that, like, the shit you have to deal with there. Like, I mean, I've seen emails that are like fucking pages long, people being like, I can't believe my child. And it's like, you know, it's hard to tell them, like, everyone has a child in here. And, like, you know, it's fucking, it is what it is. Like, go try again next year. Like, fucking, you know, there's nothing you can do. But, that shit, that must be brutal to have to put up with that.
It's like, I'm sorry, your daughter couldn't compete with Clodagh, who had the bees this year.
Actually, was the person who got they used to have girls play Oliver Twist, and they were called Clodagh.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Well,
there's a Clodagh
the best is schools who did the production of Hairspray here probably about like 10 years ago, and there wasn't a single black child, so they just painted them all black. But that would happen all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, it happened to me at SARS in the Risher. Fucking when I was 13 as Craig David.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
oh, not this year.
Yeah, it's like
No.
Yeah.
No, I just did it for fun this year.
Yeah.
Just backstage.
So, so like, there's no black people in the
Just
Killers.
like, let me take this makeup off so I can go do the Killers.
Yeah.
It's like, we done Oliver Twist for our P7 play, and because it was P7, you know Bill Sykes beats Nancy to death?
Yes.
They couldn't do that in P7 play, so instead Bill Sykes goes, come on Nancy, we're leaving. That's how the play. So it's like, she stayed in an abusive relationship for the rest of her.
It's definitely way worse, isn't it? And but aye.
Yeah.
Musicals, like, I sucker for musicals. Like, I like.
Oh, yeah?
But my mum, when we went to New York, was down to go to a Broadway musical, and there were so many on her mind, and me, my dad, my brother basically strong-armed her into going to see Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. Just
Have you seen that?
That is the most niche musical, by the way.
Yes.
But here, some tunes in it
Oh,
as
it's
well.
unreal.
Some absolutely. I had to explain this to Sarah once because they made fun of it in this TV show we were watching. It's like, you know what happened, and like a guy died or whatever.
I know he definitely got injured. There was loads of injuries, like too many. It was cursed from the get go, and then like, but you two wrote the music and stuff.
Yeah,
it's class.
Like, but yeah, the it's a good one. Well, it's not a good one, but it's a one.
It also
The
got
Green
rewrote.
Goblin.
It got rewrote like 3
Loads of
times.
times.
Yeah, so you might not have even seen the same play that somebody a week later saw.
My mum was like, Les Mis, or she really wanted to do something called Newsies, and we were just
Newsies is
like,
good, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, we're like, nah, Spider-Man, and like, for someone who's just, she loves musicals, finally on Broadway watching Green Goblin play the piano on the Empire State Building.
You could see Les Mis, you could see Phantom, you could see Cats, you could see fucking anything. You're like, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man, Lion King, Spider-Man.
It was at that stage, I remember, you know where you're too old to be wearing like a vest top, unless you're just a wee fat version of me in a vest top, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can see this timeless classic, or you can see something Bono wrote in an afternoon with the man who's broke his legs during rehearsal.
I've seen some good shows recently. I've seen Back to the Future in West End. It was fucking epic. I thought it was going to be shite. It was class. One of the best shows I've ever seen. Michael Jackson, the musical, it was very good as well. The guy playing Michael Jackson sounded creepily like him. Yeah. Like to the point where it was almost spooky. Like when he talks, you're like, oh fuck, that's him. Like
that's like a black Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
What happens when he goes? Do they get in a different actor?
No, they don't.
That's really good.
Weirdly, they kind of do. Like, they do like 80s Michael in flashbacks, and he is. And then they have like present Michael, who's a little bit more lighter skinned.
Yeah.
It is.
I think that makes sense.
It is quite weird. The weirdest one is, this is totally sort of similar to that. The musical Frozen, which is in West End, they have, Elsa and Anna? That's the names of the two main characters. So they have those characters when they're babies, or not babies, but when they're kids on stage. And then like in the next song, they're like adults. So it's like a transition to be like, here's them as kids. But the kid version of Anna was black. And the adult version of Anna was white. But obviously it's to do with diversity casting.
Yeah. Sure.
Which I'm all on board for. But bit of consistency. It's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, I suppose it's like, the kids probably a bit confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, because the kids are probably watching going, fuck.
Well,
Anna has vitiligo that's undiagnosed.
She didn't eat her vegetables.
My granny's looking at me going, told you.
During summer, me and I was really skint, and I saw an advert. My ma sent me saying like modelling for a restaurant's cocktail menu, £50, and I went, I can do that. And I brought Adam Byrne with me, but then people arrived and they were proper models, asking like, what have you modelled before?
Franco.
And I was like Trinity, which is my secondary school. And like Adam like was trying to make conversation with one of the models. He's like, what are you off to? And the model was like, oh, I'm going to see the Michael Jackson musical. And Adam Byrne just turns around and goes, I don't think he was a pedo, to be honest. Like, why lead with that? Like,
yeah. Out of all things you could have said, like, you could have said, Thriller's cool.
Yeah.
Like, no.
The guy was really into NFL, and then Adam just started bringing up Aaron Hernandez. And I was like,
that's like his go-to to bring up the most extreme, worst thing that he possibly can. Like,
I've also of all the people, because now Adam believes in a couple of conspiracy theories, and he believes a lot of people are pedophiles, and Michael Jackson just gets a pass.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's weird.
It's weird when you try pass other people off as pedos that aren't, but then Michael, you're like, no,
I think he's all right. I think he's just the child that never grew up. Joe Biden, though, you should see him sniffing.
What you gotta say about Michael is Michael had access to some of the best kids about at the time. Like Macaulay Culkin. You know what I mean?
Primo kids.
He had Home Alone Macaulay Culkin in his fucking grasp, and Macaulay didn't come out and be like, yeah, he touched me. So, just saying.
Yeah, true.
If you're going to do the kids, that's the one you're fucking, that's the, what do you call it?
It is messy, isn't it? It doesn't seem super clear. I think it's hard not to just go, but he's a bit weird, isn't he? Like, and I think sometimes people took out and ran with it.
Yeah. He's a fucking look straight. The movie's coming out this year, the Michael Jackson biopic movie, you know that?
No,
like the Elvis one, but it's not by Baz Luhrmann.
Who's playing him?
His
Aaron Butler.
Guys, big reveal for the pod today. I play the white version. No, he's being played by his nephew Jafar Jackson, who is the son of Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson has two sons. One's called Jafar. The other one's called
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. Yeah. So Jafar is playing Michael, but he looks and sounds very like him. Like it'll be fucking. I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. Like,
yeah, it seems all right.
It's out in October, I think.
You like the Elvis film as well?
Love the Elvis film. I fucking, don't get me wrong, people have like their criticisms of it, and I do think the first 10 minutes are like
mental.
An overload of your senses where it's doing all the fast cuts and all the fucking, you're like, Jesus Christ. But I do think it's a fucking great movie, and Austin Butler is like
it's
unreal in it. Like how he sounds like him, and fucking, oh man.
Pure method shit.
Yeah. It is a disgrace he didn't win the Oscar that year.
Did he not?
No. Fucking Brendan.
Oh, Fraser for the whale.
Fraser won for the whale.
Well, that is also
but
a good
Oscars
show.
are always, the Oscars are the fucking worst. Like,
what won this year?
That fucking Emilia Perez movie won a bunch of them.
Oh, no, Adrian Brody won, and people said it was AI.
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah. What was he in? Oh, the Brutalist, yes.
Chalamet was supposed to.
Yeah, Chalamet's speech was fucking at the Screen
You
Actors
look
Guild.
like Chalamet if they tried to like redraw him, but
If
like
they
a bit
fatten
of
him up.
no, but like if a wee bit of like fucking Trouble's DNA got mixed in with him, you're like him.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take that all day. Like,
That's the
me.
best I can say about you.
Put that in my Insta
You are the
profile.
Chalamet of Northern Irish comedians. Yeah.
That's me.
Big pressure. Yeah.
Need to start dressing weirder.
You got a bucket Kardashian now. You wish.
Is that what he's at? I'm not really following the
Yeah,
Chalamet.
he's reading fucking what's her name?
My flatmate writes articles on like Substack, and he wrote an article about how no matter how artsy and like indie you put yourself on, you just love a Kardashian. Every guy loves a Kardashian. Like.
It's true, like yeah, it's true. They are fucking. You know, there's some women.
They keep busy, don't they?
Yeah.
See, Pete Davidson got a new look as well.
He's getting rid of all his tattoos.
Yeah, he looks like a shaved cat.
He does. That's a good point. Yeah,
He's too bare now.
He
You know?
is. Yeah, it's very weird, but here, if it's for his mental health, good for him.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. Maybe.
Probably. It
I'm
must
just
be.
assuming it is because you know what he's like.
Yeah.
He's always been very fucking emo.
Yeah, trying something new. I think there was like a phase where quite a few comics here were trying to sort of be like him a bit in terms of
What's shagging around?
in terms of because Willie went blonde for a while, didn't he?
Remember Willie I hated Willie Blonde. He didn't suit it at all. I just thought he looked weird with it. Like I could never understand it. He would be blonde and then wear like these pink long sleeve tops and all that.
Yeah, right enough. Yeah,
It's a strange outlook for you, Willie.
it was all the rage at the time. You know, he's doing a more Eminem kind of look at the minute. He was at the pub the other week and he had the hat on and he was wearing a like baggy hoodie and all. You know?
I thought he was just starting for the working class Paul class. I was like, I was like, fuck, Willie's got himself a new gig. Yeah, he is keen on the hats at the minute.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if that's like an Ozempic side effect or something. Or it's like,
You got a new trim. It looks tight now, I must say.
Did it?
Yeah.
He looks well, in fairness. And I do respect people being open when they're on Ozempic as well.
Yeah.
Not that I don't respect people who aren't, but I just respect the extra layer of like, I'm on that, you know?
I think you have to. Like fuck it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's helping you lose a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Fucking it can't be that well. Although they say like there's all sorts of these weird side effects and stuff that happen with it, where they're like fucking. You know.
I think to me, you can't enjoy food as much apparently on it as well. And
What slows down your ability to digest food, you should probably get it for your fucking arsehole. But it slows down, so like your whatever way it works in your say you know like a normal day you can maybe consume like 4,000 calories like a fucking big pizza, Big Mac, whatever. Like basically you'll have like a few slices and go, oof. I'm starting to feel sick. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, and that's probably it's like an appetite suppressant essentially. But yeah, I know a good few people don't like and fucking you know.
yeah.
It worked in Rome that one of my mates was on it, so like he was eating like half his dinner and I was all, come to papa. Like, just now, you know, it was like,
Gotcha, yeah,
It's a good deal.
don't you get off that?
It curves cravings as well. Like if you have like a real sweet tooth, or if you're like really in the crisps or stuff like that, like it fucking just completely knocks those addictions out a wee bit. Like.
They say there's like less. They call it like food noise. Like your thoughts clear a little bit. You know.
Sometimes they say it
nice.
tastes different as well. Like even when you're eating like a crisp or something, you're like, it doesn't taste the way
There's
it usually does.
No fun in it.
Yeah.
I think that's why I would never go on it. I think I enjoy food too much. Do you know what I mean? But I did do like a hypnotic gastric band a bunch of years ago, just off YouTube videos.
Hold on. This is a lot to unpack.
Yes.
A hypnotic gastric band.
I did.
So explain.
So a guy puts you under hypnosis, right? Which I don't know if this is everyone's experience of hypnosis, but the whole time you're like, I don't know if I'm hypnotized or not. But you know, I think that's what it felt like to me. But I was like, I'll go along with it, which I think is maybe how it works. And he basically it was a 20-minute YouTube video, and he goes, you know, you'll be less hungry. And for a while I was like, I would eat about half the dinner. I'd feel pretty happy with it. But it stopped working after a while. You were meant to do it every day, and it's like, you know, 20 minutes a day is you know, that's the time I could spend eating. So,
exactly.
So, yeah.
So it's probably a bit of a placebo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, hypnosis. Have you ever been hypnotized?
No, but it's something I'd like to be.
Like to try?
Yeah. Like,
You can try right now if you want. Yeah.
Stop being so fucking weird.
Shave your back.
I love when they do. It's called a shock induction, where like they'll like build you up to it, and then they just yank your arm, and you go.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I studied it for a while. Yeah, there's also it's like they call it like hypnotic induction. So there's different ways of doing it. Some people have like more of a gradual build up. Some people have like the shock induction where they just like slap you and you're basically you're completely down. But then they do say
sorry, just sparking someone out.
pretty much. Yeah, that is a version of it.
Yeah, put 'em under.
No. They just like yank your arm or whatever, or they like get your head and they just go like that, and they just fucking you just.
I think they do something weird that's like that you're not expecting. That
Aye.
completely throws off.
What they'll do is they'll set up a pattern. So say for example, I would be like, Ciaran, close your eyes, listen to my voice, and your voice is in this monotonous pattern. As you hear my voice, you feel deeper and deeper and darker and darker, and I count to 10, 9, 8, boom, 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 and then as I get to like 3, so I'm going 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, and then fucking I yank you and you just go.
So you teabag me.
I teabag you.
That's the worst time to be asleep as well. It's like debagged and knocked out.
Anyone ever get debagged here in school? I had a share of debaggings, like, but I also dished my fair share too.
Oh, I done it the boy in the urinals and his ma called in.
In the
Well,
urinals?
in the
He was
urinals, in fairness.
peeing and I went up one straight down.
I think urinals is alright.
Yeah.
But you
at
get
least-
piss on yourself, though, wouldn't you?
Well, as long as you. Well, hold on. Was he mid piss?
Yeah.
So his bags are probably already
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
a
So
wee
it
bit.
was open. It was an open net.
Pretty open net. At his most vulnerable.
Yeah. I was going like straight away.
The victory lap.
Yeah.
No, fuck. I remember getting debagged in primary school, and then I debagged the guy back right away. But I got caught doing it, and because I got caught doing it, I got brought to the principal's office, and the principal was like, "You pulled down," and I was like, "Yes, but he pulled mine down first," and they were like, "We didn't see it," and I'm like, "Fuck!" It was a shit show to be in.
You were set up.
I was like, fucking, it's not me.
I remember a boy in my secondary school had his headphones in, just bopping and listening to it, and someone done it, but he didn't notice for a while. Just stand there,
wee breeze.
bags down,
Yeah.
not in my head. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
this is.
I never got debagged, but nobody was doing debaggings, I think, at the time.
What about chalkings? Did they ever do the chalk?
What's that?
Where they put the chalk on the handle, draw like a dick on their hand, then they'll pat your back, be like, "Have a good one, mate."
Really clever.
Oh, and the black blazer, fuck me.
that's clever.
My blazer was covered in dicks. Like fucking
Somebody did write on the back of my coat once, "I love my mummykins 2K8." I think at the time. Yeah, it was Mother's Day.
Do you know what my big one was? And I was fucking class at it. I was stealthy at this, and fuck, oh man, I got away with it quite a lot, but whoever caught me hated me for the rest of the year. But I would turn people's bags inside out.
Oh, I loved it.
Man. Oh, there is fucking nothing more satisfying than like the thrill of like taking everything out, putting it inside out, and then they look at their bag and go, they're trying to look for the straps,
Yeah,
and they're
it's
like, you're like, it's a fucking. There is nothing more. Do you know when I did it the most? When the World Cup was happening in 2002, and I didn't really give a fuck about football, and everyone in our class got called to the assembly hall to watch Ireland playing the World Cup.
just crawled
and
about.
I literally was crawling about like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Fucking. Oh, it was fucking class. I got like 10 bags. It's like a record.
Yeah.
This is really hectic, but there's a guy who went to school and he had an arm, like a gimpy arm.
Will
and,
he?
and someone debagged
Technical
him.
term, that was
He couldn't get them up.
Oh, God.
That's
It's
sad.
Oh, God.
Which was like hectic, but also I was like, fair play, like this.
Yeah.
It's cool to be kind.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Northern Ireland. What's your special talent? It's like, you can see the amount of bags.
What about a pitch and toss? Did you boys ever fuck with that?
Yeah, we
What's a
were
pitch
big
and
into
toss?
the pitch
See,
and
that
toss.
might have been our generation. You might have missed
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pidgey.
Pitchy.
We were flat out.
Kirby, maybe?
Kirby's another one too, but pitch is where you get the coins and you have to throw them up against the wall, and whoever gets their coin close to the wall wins all the coins.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't.
Very gambling heavy.
It was it was like post Pokemon. It was the post Pokemon of the time. I think he was
Yeah.
collecting shit, you know.
I thought you were maybe on about knuckles, where you put your knuckles on the table and you throw the coin, and
I remember
whoever's
that
knuckles
too.
start
Yeah,
bleeding
yeah,
first.
that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Did you guys know anybody who did the old with the knife?
Yeah, pen. You do the pen.
Yeah.
Fucking star
I love that shit.
In HE, you know the chopping knives? The teacher came in and there were boys throwing them into the roof to see if they'd stick. So it was like, what the
That is like prison behavior to me as well.
Our
Like,
HE teacher was like on another planet most of the time. Like, and see on like the theory classes when you weren't doing any cooking, like people would just go and stick like a fucking tomato in the microwave and just stick it on for like 99 minutes just to see.
thing comes alive. It's sentient now. It's fucking talking to you. Yeah,
I mean, that's what school should be about, though. That's proper learning. That's just trying shit and seeing what
Yeah.
happens, you know. If I was a teacher and I saw it, I'd be like, fucking well done. So I don't know why there was like a cave echo there when it
Oh, I hear them
Yeah.
squeak.
A wee bit of WD-40.
Sound
Yeah,
design,
yeah.
like,
Have we done an hour? But I think that's us.
I feel
coming
like we
up,
hit an hour.
Yeah, yeah,
My gut
Wow.
says it.
59.
I've enjoyed this because I've just escaped from reality for an hour there.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know
you very
what I
much
mean?
for
Like,
coming
That's what
on,
we
sir.
sell. That's what we
yeah,
sell to
no,
people.
it is. It's been therapeutic for me, dude. Just getting away from the phone and all. You know what it's like? You're on the fucking all the time. It's just, yeah. It's good to be a bit in the room
In there.
Yeah, present.
with real people.
All three listeners are going to fucking love it.
Oh, here. They're
Hey,
in for a
we
treat
get-
this week.
We get 10 of listeners. You know.
We're up. We're up this week.
Double digits.
Yeah. Whoa, here.
11.
Anything to promote, sir?
Just my social media followings, like Aaron Butler online. Like I've no big shows happening at the minute. I might have a panel show coming up in May, with BBC. So keep a lookout for that, and tickets might be up for it.
Nice.
But yeah, apart from that, yeah, it's just
That's back on the table. Is it the Soundmate one or?
yeah, it's that one. So we think the second episode's going to happen here in early May. Yeah. So it's optimistic, but we're just chipping away slowly at that. And then next year plans for a big show, but I won't be able to announce that until the summertime. But
Nice.
yeah, we're working on things. Working on the second hour.
Sick.
Nice.
Happy days.
Happy days. What about you, Ciaran? Anything to promote?
B team, myself, and including Luke as well. Some
Change the
comedians.
poster, lads.
Yeah.
Change the poster.
I've heard a few.
For the love of Lord, that
Yeah.
poster makes my eyes cry.
Yeah.
That
New
is-
poster coming next week.
Please, I'll make
Yeah.
it for free. No fucks given. If I don't have to look at it anymore.
Yeah, it's like we got the test results back, and then it
Yeah.
shows you the poster.
It looks like chemo. I don't even know what it looks like, but it looks like it.
It's you've got a benign case of Luke
Yeah.
McGibbon in your
Yeah.
stomach.
New poster coming next week.
There you go.
Yeah. Same, pretty much. I'm on that. Social media following. Follow all that. There'll be some sketches and all in the next couple of weeks. Follow our Instagram as well. Please.
Thank you very much.